Hello. Hey y'all, what up? Hey Nathan, happy Wednesday. Hey Allison, hey Kaiwan. Y'all, I am cooking. It was 37 degrees Celsius, which is like almost 100 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. And I'm not made for this heat, you guys. It is brutal. It's a bit nicer in this basement, but walk upstairs and it's just an oven cooking up there. And even worse outside. So, I think y'all know what we're talking about today. I don't even know where to begin, really. Long story short, Willow and Drew made out. Wasn't just a kiss, it was like a full-on makeout session. And I feel some type of way about it. I think it's weird because like we've all been saying it. They're making Willow like really, I don't know, peppy towards Drew, and it just seemed weird. And honestly, I don't know, like it to me it didn't. It's 108 there. Dang. Oh yeah, it's the worst. I agree. But yeah, it's Willow. I'm so torn, y'all, because on the one hand, y'all know I can't stand Michael and Willow as a couple. Mostly I just can't stand Michael. On the other hand, Willow is weird. On the other hand, the ick factor, is just so And also, like, even though it seemed very like they were I don't know, not so much hinting that Willow and Drew could happen. They just seemed too comfortably close. She seemed too cheery around him, but at the same time I wasn't getting hey Angel. I wasn't getting like she's like attracted to him and wanting to make a move. And same with like Drew towards Willow. You know what I mean? Like, a kiss would be one thing, but it was like a full-on makeout session. And it seems like a jump when crack becomes true. That's how it feels, honestly. Like, it feels like we're in the middle of a weird, bad fan fiction. Like, it's giving Ron Carlivati vibes again, where it's like characters are doing things that they wouldn't do. And this feels like Patrick's last hurrah. You know what I mean? Those guys are gonna bang one day. You thought that? I didn't think that. I don't know. They just always have Willow gushing about Michael and love of her life and all of this stuff. So like, and like, I feel like if they were truly hinting at it, they would have had Willow like checking out his ass or checking out his abs or like, you know, all this other stuff. And it's I don't know. It just seemed so like off the cuff. I don't know. And to make matters worse, Sasha seen it. So like, sorry, my throat's really dry. So me and my mom were watching together. We neither of it, like, you know, we watch it after we're done work. And my grandmother probably watched it earlier in the day, obviously. But we saw the kiss and we were like, okay. And then when we saw Sasha walked in, I literally was like, ah! Because that was like the least I seen coming. Like, Angel said, I thought their attraction was an accident because the actors just had chemistry. Yeah, exactly. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, she's like too happy, but maybe she's just playing like, oh, he's her hero and she does really, love him in the sense that like he saved her life, he's family, all this other stuff. So yeah, like this felt weird. Angel, you said you're here for it because of the drama of it all. I don't know. I'm like, here's the reason why I'm torn. Because like I said, you all know I'm not a Chillo fan. Or was it? No. Chillo, not Chillo. Chillo is Chase and Willow. Do Willow and Michael have... Millow. I am not a Millow fan. And I can't stand Michael, so anything that's gonna make him like miserable, like I'm kind of here for in a sense. But it's just like Willow doesn't strike me as someone that's gonna just like go all in with Michael and then all of a sudden out of nowhere like jump to Drew, his uncle. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Drew's not a true uncle to Michael. Jason would never. I know, but I'm just saying. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just stating, like, technically he's family. Mildew. I don't think you're the only one, Reg. You want Mad Michael? It's not even that I want Mad Michael. I just want Michael to be miserable for the rest of his life. I mean, if he wants to be Mad Michael, sure. Like, Chad's pretty decent at it. You know what I mean? That's, like, his only claim to fame with his portrayal as Michael is when Michael gets angry. But I also don't really want him taking it out on Willow. You know what I mean? Like, it needs to be channeled towards people like Sunny. Hell, people like Carly. People like Ava. But, like, Willow, like, she's the mother of, his child. She's been through hell, And I know Nell was the mother of his child too, but like, I just, I don't know. She's so like sweet that this is just weird. This really seems out of character, and I know like technically, Willow was cheating on Chase with Michael. But at the same time, I feel like it was pretty well written way early on when Michael and Willow met that that was probably the story they were going to go with. I didn't like it personally. I thought Willow and Chase had great chemistry and I didn't want them split up. But the writing was pretty clearly on the wall from like almost from the get-go. You know what I mean? Whereas this is like, I don't even know. This is so left field. Angel, you said at least Sonny was disgusted when he found out he had slept with and knocked up both mother and daughter with Sam and Alexis. Honestly, we should find that clip. Oh yeah, he called it Freaky Deaky. I remember that. Freaky Deaky Jerry Springer type of stuff. Something to that effect. He used the word Freaky Deaky and he used the word Jerry Springer. 100%. Maybe we will sometime. Not today, but maybe, but maybe down the road when we get a little bit closer to the truth coming out, because it's got to, right? And for those of you who were saying earlier, I think Sasha should confront Willow as well. I think Allison, I think you said that, right? So yeah, the crazier factor besides them kissing was the fact that Sasha seen it. I feel like we're gonna talk about like this week as a whole on Sunday. I don't want to get into too much of the rest of it, but all of this happened really quick. Like Willow and Drew kissing, the Mac and Cody reveal. It just felt like boom, boom, knock it out. So I don't know. And even like the Ava stuff from the other week when she gave that recording, people found out within like a day. So in those senses, I'm partly like, are they speed running these stories because it kind of had to do with Patrick a little bit, or do they plan on just like not having things linger anymore? Because that would be a great turn for like secrets not to last long. And so I'm hoping that trend at least continues with this. I hope Sasha confronts Willow, confronts Drew. I was hoping she would do it today. Things were obviously awkward. Angel said Willow is a hoe, but remember she cheated on Chase with Michael because Michael and Willow didn't have the balls to tell Chase that she didn't want to marry him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. And he was also dying, you know? Like, they didn't... Willow was just trying to give him his, like, you know, last bit of happiness. So there's weird circumstances surrounding that. She still cheated. But, like, you know, there's like special, I don't know, leeway there, I guess. In comparison to what's going on now, is what I'm saying. And that was Patrick. I want to give him another chance. I don't. He's given Ron Carlivati. I don't want him. I don't. Straight up. To me, this is just as ridiculous as, like, everything else that we've seen. The Ava being evil again, and, like, you know, all this stuff with Sunny and feeling betrayal. Nobody really, like, making much of an effort to figure out what's going on with Sunny. Like, yeah, even Carly and Jason talked about it today, but just, like, all these, like, things that Patrick has done where it's just, like, switching the characters, making them act out of character. It's just more of the same for me. I don't want it. It's giving Ron Carlivati, and I hated him. So I'm glad that he's gone. How are they not going to kill Ava off after this? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Ava... If Ava was being written true to character, she'd be smart enough to know not to do the same thing twice. Like, I don't care how, like, what her motivation is. I get that she's, like, desperate for Sunny to break in public. But he was doing that well on his own before putting his placebos to 0. So, and now she's deadass put herself in the same exact position that she was in when she gave Morgan placebos. How is she going to survive this time when she's doing it to Sunny? Angie said, I would have told a dying Chase the truth. What she was doing was worse than the truth. The man wanted to show her that he can walk to see Michael and Willow going in. Mm-hmm. Ava's motivation is all over the place. It's confusing. Yeah, it's truly, like, I don't even know. It's frustrating to watch characters be so wishy-washy and doing off-the-cuff things like this that don't make sense for what we've seen in the character and their growth. It's just the same thing. And, like, well, I guess the tricky thing, going back to the main topic with Willow and Drew, is that neither of them really have... I don't know. We don't see their point of views that often. You know what I mean? Drew has always been a bit of a mystery because they don't really clarify how much of Drew is Jason and how much of Drew is Drew and what he knows and what he doesn't know. And so he's always just a confusing ball of whatever. But even I think all of us can agree that Drew, like this Drew and Billy Miller's Drew are nothing alike. And it's almost getting worse. It's almost getting worse. Laura, yeah, everyone's just acting ridiculous. So I'm hoping that when Elizabeth and I guess, what's his name? Chris, join forces, that they kind of walk back certain personality switches a little bit. Hell, they could say something was in the water and I'd be content with that. Just another toxin planted by Jerry Jacks. Hey Jacarius, how's it going? Oh man, but yeah, like I was less speechless. It's like funny because it's so dumb, and again for me, I'm like, Michael, you suck. But also gross because like Nina and Willow making out with the same dude, one after the other. I've been well, Jacarius, except for this story and the heat. It's 37 degrees Celsius, which is like almost 100 in Fahrenheit. Drew, since he's been played by Cameron, is a mess. Everyone's saying he's playing like Ryan Lavery. See, I have no context to Ryan. I knew that was the character that he played on, was it One Life or All My Children? one or the other. But all my children, right? Um, you said you were gagged about the kiss angel. It was insane. Like, cause like the makeout part doesn't make sense. If it was like a kiss, at least I could be like, well, okay. Like if it was just like a quick like kiss and then like looking shocked, it was full on arms wrapped around each other, makeout session that lasted like at least a minute. and not long enough for Sasha to walk in, stare for a little while, and then slowly back out the door. That's what made it ridiculous, okay? A quick smooch and like, oh shit kind of look. That would kind of, okay. It wouldn't be as ridiculous. It would still be gag worthy, but it wouldn't be as ridiculous as it seems right now. I mean, yeah, she's acting all giggly and stuff, but it's just like she's not like sitting there checking out his ass or like watching him as he leaves the room. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it seemed a bit weird, but it's not normal. It's not like a normal like way to like portray on a TV show that someone's actually like super into them. It just felt like weirdly jarring to watch her be a little extra too much into him, you know? And also like everyone calling Drew like smoking hot and stuff. I'm like, not really. I mean, he's not my type. Everyone has a type, I suppose, but I don't know. There are hotter guys on the show to ogle over. And honestly, the politician thing would be like an even more of a turn off if like, I don't know, for me. I love that they made a point to be like, oh, but politicians in Canada. Because a lot of people think Justin Trudeau is hot. He's an attractive guy. I've seen him in person a couple times. But, you know, he's not Canada's favorite person. He was at one point, but now not so much. Angel, you said the family dynamic makes it weird. That's true. Some people don't like the age difference, but Willow is in her 30s. Drew is hot early 50s man. I would get my 45 minutes. Me and Willow are the same age. Yeah, the age thing doesn't bother me at all. It is the family factor. And like the fact that like she's pretty much seen him as family for a long time, you know what I mean? That's what makes it weird. That's what makes it weird. Like that they established long ago that like Drew is like family. Like the cancer thing was like over a year ago now. Like, so I don't know. There's just been a long time for Drew and Willow's family link to sort of tie together. You know what I mean? But yeah, I feel weird about it. It feels incestuous. I think that's the main takeaway for me. It feels incestuous. Because I feel like she's up until Patrick and Elizabeth started writing, their relationship has been very much like she loves him like family. Justin Trudeau is so nice to look at compared to Trump and Biden. Let us daydream about your president. Canada does not have presidents. We have prime ministers. But yeah, y'all dead ass need to get some young politicians regardless. Okay? None of these people that are like about to open their own graves here, okay? It ain't even a Republican versus a Democrat thing. It's literally just your guys are old. Find some young ones. Biden has to mention Trump is the Antichrist. Oh my gosh. Yeah, yes. But generally speaking, even if they weren't, even if they weren't those things, they're all no one in their like late 70s, early 80s should be running the country. Certainly not. You know, I look at how forgetful my grandmother is, and I'm like, she's you know, in between those two. Like, oh Lord. Age-wise. Prime Minister. There, he pretty. No, he is. He's a very pretty man. Like I said, I've gotten to see him in person multiple times. Here in Edmonton and here in Montreal. Or there in Montreal, in my hometown. Because he's from there. So he was like, actually, the last time I went to, actually both times that I went to a Pride parade in Montreal, he was marching in the parade. So, and you know, it's like August when Montreal does theirs. So it's like peak summer there. So he's got his like shirt open, sunglasses on, all that, you know, he's looking pretty mad chill. But yeah, y'all need to get like younger, but also competent president nominees. Y'all need better pickings. Yeah, way too old. My parents are both in their 70s and cognitively are like 6-year-olds. Yeah. It's, you know, it's the same for my grandmother. It's kind of like, you know, taking care of a toddler again. It's like, you know, it's like, ugh. But yeah. Back to the topic at hand, though. Although, to be fair, like, all your Congress people, like, or most of them are quite young. They are the ones that need to be running for like, president. Yeah, the average guy in Congress is around 27. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, they need the fresh young Congress people to step in and, like, you know, because you guys got, like, I'll say, from what I've seen from American politics, there's some, like, really competent, for sure, Democrats. I'm sure there are, like, competent Republicans, too. But they just have a bunch of crazies in there as well, which don't help their situation. I feel like the smart ones are the quiet ones, but also the ones that have stood up against said presidential nominee, that are like holding true to like what I think a classic, you know, conservative should be. You know what I mean? But yeah, going back to it though. Oh, Angel, you said the fact that Drew has no shame. Yeah, like he doesn't care. Like, yeah, he's got Nina, Willow, and Jordan. And he will take them all. So, you know, I know we were talking about it on Sunday. Like, we were talking about Jordan versus Nina. And I was Team Jordan. And now, I like, didn't think a few days later we'd be having to throw Willow into the mix. But here we are. I don't want Drew with Willow. I don't want Willow with Drew. I want Willow just single and thriving. Like Sasha got to, you know? Sasha started to thrive, like, after she left Michael. Yeah, she got into, like, some pretty bad situations. But her character was a lot more interesting. And I feel like Willow could be, too. I feel like Michael just drains the energy out of people. But this is, you know, like, get her out of that orbit. Get her out of the queues. That's going to be hard now, though, because Wiley and the family loves her and all this stuff. But I just, I don't know. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. She needs to be on her own. She can be a happy single mom and, like, thrive in her own career. Go back to teaching. She should go back to teaching. That's what she should do. I think you gotta be 35 to be president. Okay, that's fair. I feel like that's a good age, you know? Like, you're past your, like, youthful party days, but you're, like, in that sort of realm where you're supposed to be maturing and coming in your own, and yeah. Same, Angel. Same question. You are obsessed with Susan Moore, and why? I don't understand. Um, yes, she can be single. But yeah. Really, they should have kept her as a nurse. I don't know why I'm saying teacher. They should have kept her as a nurse. The kid's aged too fast for her to be a teacher anyway. Yeah, like GH needs staff to like make her leave from being a nurse, and also like throwing Finn out. Like, who's left? Who is left at GH at this point? Liz and the extras we never see. And Elizabeth is just, the head nurse. And I guess Portia. Elizabeth and Portia. And Terry when they remember to put her on the show. Susan Moore needs justice for what? She died like decades ago. No, I think you are the only one that seems to miss her, Kaiwan. I've never seen like GH fans want Susan Moore back. And like, I talked to a lot of like the veteran viewers on like message boards and stuff. None of them bring her up. None of them. But that actually reminds me though. The actor that played Joe Kelly, one of the Kellys from Kelly's, passed away a couple days ago, which is sad and unfortunate. And I thought about reacting to some of his old clips, but he's also like, I'm not gonna say he was like a glorified extra, but he just didn't have too many interesting stories. Angel, you said, is Drew paying her for that foundation? I don't think so. I think it's volunteer stuff. She's going to need it if Michael divorces her. Well, the thing is, Michael, even if he's furious at Willow, he's gonna like factor in that that's the mother of his children, and he's gonna make sure she lives comfortably, because it's not like she was like a murdering psychopath, like Nell. Did they ever hire anyone to play Susan Moore? Yeah, Susan Moore was an actual character. Yeah, Susan Moore is Jason's bio mom. But yeah, Susan Moore was a blink and you miss a character essentially. But just is what it is. But yeah, all in all, in terms of this Willow and Drew thing, I hope that, I don't know what the game plan is. Truly. So I guess where I'm hoping this will go is, wherever it will go, I hope it goes quickly. I don't see Drew and Willow getting together. What I think is interesting is that I'm curious as to how Nina will react to Willow sleeping with Drew. I think she'll be obviously furious at Drew, but like clearly Nina's catching feelings for Drew. So what's she gonna do now that her daughter has betrayed her? Steve Burton calls Willow young Willow. That's funny. Doug Sherman. Yeah. He also played Sabrina's dad in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I had to watch that again. That was a good show. But yeah, it's I don't know. He was around in the Luke and Laura days. That I know for sure. He was around Luke a lot, actually. So yeah, and he seemed like a good actor. I actually enjoyed the brief moments that his character would appear in their like playlists and stuff. But yeah, like I just feel like he didn't have too much story. He just had a great like personality and was like fun to watch on screen when they'd use him for certain things. Who is Joe Kelly the boyfriend of? I don't remember actually. The Kellys. Ah, interesting. But yeah, I don't have too much more to say on the matter with Will and Drew. Again, I don't know what I want to see happen. I just know that I want it to go fast. I don't want it to end in Willow and Drew getting together because that's still ick factor to me. I just want Drew to not be a sleazy character. Is that too much to ask at this point? Like, Drew was never sleazy. And now he's just like trying to hook up with all the women. And hey, it might hurt his political career. Oh. This week is cray. Yeah, it's cray. We'll definitely talk about it more on Sunday. Sorry that this is a shorter stream. I didn't want to go into too much of the rest of GH because there is a lot happening this week. So I want to talk about it fully and not have to be like, well, we talked about this on Wednesday, but you know what I mean? So I think, yeah, we'll definitely talk about that on Sunday too, Angel. It's interesting. I'm liking the sort of banter between Maxie and Felicia and Sasha right now. That much I'll say. I enjoyed today's episode, and I'm intrigued what they're gonna do from here on out. Also, did Sam find out Drew was running for Congress at the party? I guess. Well, probably not at the. Who knows? Actually, I mean, she probably watched the broadcast, right? No. I feel like Sam would have had to have known before Drew legally changed his name, because he would. I feel like he would run that by Sam, because it's their kid. So I'm thinking he probably once he realized he was running for Congress, I think he probably would have filled Sam in on that front. But like probably just a couple days before the party. But yeah, we'll talk about the rest of GH on Sunday. It's a interesting week to say the least. Some of it is a bit too ridiculous, but some of it is really great. Also, I really liked the 4th of July episode. I liked that it was like all solemnly at the Q house. It's kind of one of those things where I'm realizing they have added so much to the Q house right now. Like there's like several new sets, several sets just being utilized. There's the regular living room. There's the room with the piano and the nice sort of what do you call it? Sky dome thing. The kitchen, the boathouse, the guest house, and we're seeing all of it all the time now. It's nice. And there's more things I want to say about the Qs and just the scenes from the 4th of July episode. Seems surprised about Scout's name change. I'll have to rewatch that episode again just to like refresh, but I was under the impression that she already knew. She wasn't thrilled about it. But I don't think Sam would have gotten in the way of it. All right, guys, but I will let y'all go. I just wanted to hop on here and talk about the kiss, because why not? What a mess. It's ridiculous. I will grit my teeth through it just to see Michael pissed off and like alone again, because she'll dump it, or he'll dump her. But like, I don't know how I want him to find out. I don't know. I do want Sasha to confront both Drew and Willow, but bye. But we'll talk about it more as the week progresses on Sunday. All right, so yeah, thank you for watching. If you liked this video, Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. I am so close to 1,000, y'all. Like 4 away. So if there's anyone just creep watching, subscribe. All right. Good night. See y'all on Sunday. Bye.